Hello, everyone. How long has it been since I uploaded anything here? I need to make this brief, but this video is me saying goodbye to CO. Let's say I'm tired, and you can take this video as more of a criticism of CO. I'm going to explain why I am retiring from the game. This is a shame because CO was my first MMO, and I am fond of the game, but taking into account the direction that CO is going in, it is no longer enjoyable, and it has lost its fun. Champions Online has one of the best character creators compared to other MMOs. However, that is not enough to fill the void left. One of the main reasons that I do not wish to return, and I recommend that other players do the same, is the community. Please understand me. I'm not talking about casual or new players. I'm talking about the meta community. For those who are new or do not know this community, there are a small number of players who have experience in all the content. They make the best builds and know every mechanic of every boss and more. That is the most basic summary I can give so you can understand who they are. Most, if not all, of these players are in a chat group called the Endgame. While some are willing to help players and are friendly, others are highly toxic. They only care about their profits and humiliating the rest of the player base. For this reason, I'm leaving. Apart from this, the worst thing about the meta community is that there seems to be no limit to the amount or types of trolling they will perform, including but not limited to doxing, trolling, endless insults, trolling of content such as cosmics or other in-game content. This makes it so that the rest of the community won't or can't do content. The worst part of this is the developers of the game. They have the power to stop this and apply the game's rules. However, they do not, and they do the opposite, silently removing the players against the meta community. This is to clarify, not all of the meta communities are bad, but the vast majority of it is toxic. These players care only about two things: having the highest score and having control of the market. The scoring system in CO is confirmed by actual DPS, healing, and damage received. By knowing this, some of the meta players will do anything to have the highest score possible, not just limited to extend cosmic fights unnecessarily, making people who have other important things to do to waste their time, and sometimes even causing resets or fails against these boss fights. They will also abuse bugs, exploits, and vulnerabilities in the system to ensure the highest score possible and force numbers to become higher just for the sake to be the first one on top of the list. The developers, again, do not care about the integrity of this and protect these players, even when they deny the game much-needed updates and content. CO hasn't had a new content update in several years. Instead, the developers release lockboxes and nerf many powers to unusability. The developers have nerfed so many powers that it is almost impossible to make a thematic build. This game would be a gold mine, but all real love that should and could have been given to CO was squandered. The game could have been bigger, but I know it will never be. Not with a community and developers that promote toxicity and trolls without need or reason. They bother and hurt others without any reason. I won't give the names of the players who promote this. However, players who have been in the game all should know who I am talking about. I am not without fault or some holy herald, and I have some grudges against this community for ruining my experience. I will not deny that I was a troll at one point, but I redeemed my actions and decided to do the right thing. The difference is that these people desire something other than that type of improvement. They want to keep hurting people for their egos. Besides this, the community at large will not forget or forgive any mistakes made in the past. No matter how much you improve or change, they will only see you as you were, not now. They still believe I am the same troll I once was. At this point, I don't care anymore. I wanted to make this video as a reflection of my experience, and I invite you to think about this. I will admit I dislike the meta community for their actions, just like I dislike the developers for their lack of action and work on the game, instead choosing to protect and shield those that bring it harm. Currently, one of the main ways that the meta community is hurting the game is by doing cosmic ninja runs. They use a command, /hide, to make it so that other players can't see that they are doing cosmics and deny players from obtaining those rewards. Hey! On the other hand, if you happen to be a new player coming to Champions Online, there is a modus operandi that you will notice from toxic meta players. Many of them will speak directly in a passive-aggressive tone and use people's information to harass and dox players in their toxic group. It's like being taken back to high school. Many of them will acquire an attitude of a self-imposed pedestal where they will treat new players as garbage, completely ignoring that they are dealing with new players and most ironically, that they were once new players who had to go through the same learning process. They will even see new players as competition and speak in a very negative or despective tone when learning new players. This is far from helping them improve. Many of the toxic meta players are actually in favor of pestering and making fun of new players. They also tend to reject players who don't fit or match their mindset with the toxic part of the meta community mindset. To be accepted into the meta community, you must have a distinctive personality that meets their standards and share a similar thought process. If you are above average and the meta community doesn't like you, you are on your own. You will most likely struggle to find people to do in-game content with, and eventually feel that the game is dead and has no purpose. I also made this video because if I publish it on the ARC page or another forum attached to the game, they may shadow ban me. They have silenced other players before me by using similar tactics. In truth, I planned to make a part 2 video for DPS/healer tank, but I lost the motivation to do so due to everything that has happened and I have seen in-game. I also am experiencing personal problems in real life. Due to this, I want to permanently retire from CO. Despite my many memories of laughter, fun, friends, and kind people and those I respect, I cannot ignore what the game has become. Because of this, I will always say the best times for this game were in the past. The present is an uncertain path, and the community and developers need to realize where they are taking this game. I would have liked to have spent more time here helping people, but I no longer have the time or patience. For that, I wish good luck and encouragement to the players who, despite everything, want to continue and progress in the game. I will warn these players that they must be very patient and think carefully of their words and actions because, as I said before, this game does not forgive any errors. Although I recommend that you leave CO, that is ultimately up to you. I wish you all the best. Please use my videos for future build references if you so desire. Goodbye, everyone.